Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Max Verstappen My Team career mode. Let's
A
get into
warm welcome,
qualifying.
everybody, from a venue that has seen plenty of sensational laps over the years. Remember, Verstappen in 23, Vettel in 2019, some phenomenal pole laps. But whose will it be today?
So, as we get into the first lap of Q1, I waited all the way to the end of the session, to the end of Q1. So, we're only going to have one run at this, unfortunately. So, we pretty much need to nail it. To be fair, we only really have to get up into P50 and higher, so we should pretty easily be able to do that. Going into pretty easily get into Q2, but it's not necessarily given this Red Bull, but as a Max Verstappen career mode, it should be a given, and especially around Japan, it should be a given. At least you honestly hope so with a Honda partnership. Anyways, as we run to the line, it's a 1:31.9, not my best lap, only good enough for
Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
11. And there are many cars that can go faster, as we almost pulled up Russell there a little bit. But we should be fine, as Russell sets the fastest lap, even though we held him up a little bit. And we just squeaked through into Q2, just barely ahead of Alexander Albon in the Williams. It isn't quite as fast as the Red Bull, definitely not nearly as fast. Anyways, as we, at least especially in the game, at least in the game, in real life, it might be easier to drive, just definitely not as fast. Anyways, as we go to Q2, first run in Q2, 7 minutes left. I think there's a mechanical fault or something, or I just waited, but I'm pretty sure there's like something that took a little way that had to fix, because sometimes the F1 game just makes you do that. So honestly, it is what it is. Anyways, as we go to the end of our lap in Q2, let's see what it will be. It's good
Right,
enough
that's
for
us pushed
P5,
down
a
to P15.
1:33.0. So 9/10
Pitting this
improvement
lap
from
then, coming to the
last
pits at the
round.
end
So
of this
you
lap.
can see I'm getting better. The track is definitely getting better as well. And I believe those were on. They might have been on scrub sets as well. Um, so maybe it wasn't, but I just lose impatience with doing the driving out. So I decided to do a flying lap on I think fresh tires. So these are now 5% wear, which is kind of unfortunate to start out with. If you drive out, you can really negate some of the tire wear that you do with a flying lap, but it is what it is. Anyways, as we start our lap here, definitely didn't get the best run to start out with because we let Bortoleto through. We did not want him holding us up at all, especially through the S here at Suzuka, which is one of the most important parts of Suzuka. Anyways, as we cut the end of the lap going through 130R, we hop over the curb again, touch the final curb, running to the line. What will it be? We're currently P7. What will it be? It's going to be a good enough for P5, a 133, a 132.
Right, let's have you in at the end
So
of
I think that's better than where's that worse? I think the last it was a 131. I'm not sure. Anyways, let's get started for our final run here in Q3. 20 seconds on the clock. We start this qualifying lap already slightly down on the delta. But we're going to use that battery to keep that delta up. Lando Norris sets a fast lap at 129.1. That's going to be tough to beat. I believe our last one was a 132, or a 130.2. So that's a whole second and 1.1 seconds that we're going to have to improve on, as we already are up almost 2/10, but I don't think we're going to quite be up enough to really improve. And yes, we go to the end of the lap, and we're only up 3/10, now 4/10, now back down to 2/10, losing so much time through that section. But we run to the line, and it's marginal improvement. And as you can see, Verstappen saying yes, all to play for, and it is P5. So decent qualifying honestly,
Well, that wraps up qualifying,
okay.
but don't worry. We'll
But
be back
our
tomorrow as we
teammate
head into the
Sonoda
Grand
in
Prix.
P3, obviously 1-2 for McLaren, so no surprise there. But P3 for our teammate, that's surprising. That's nothing not realistic, but great for him in a home race. So we'll see what that can happen. Both the Saubers make it through. Anyways, let's go to the race. And unfortunately, I couldn't save the first 7 laps of footage. Genuinely, I just couldn't save it. Because I had something come up, I had to leave, and unfortunately, I couldn't because I did a quick save and it didn't save the screen recording. So not only did I not get the replay from it because I did the quick save, as Leclerc took it, so now we are now leading. We had a pretty good start. I really wish I could have showed it. We made up like 2 places from the start, and then overtook Alonso, I think it was, or maybe Hamilton. I'm not sure. Anyways, and then we just kind of for the last couple laps we've been stuck by Leclerc, but now Leclerc comes in off those soft tires. Us, of course, on those hard tires. We're going out for another pair of softs. So definitely probably doing mediums or after that. I think. So yeah. Anyways, as we go to lap 9, we have pretty much no gap with the Ashley, right up our gearbox. Honestly, we're going everywhere over the curves, and we decided to come into the pits off these hard tires at lap 9 because I want to get that undercut going, and I really want to see if I cannot extend this lead. But what is slightly worrying to me is Piastri going longer on the mediums than I am on the hard. So I very much think he could be doing a little one stop maybe, and that really could ruin our 2-stop chances because we are doing a 2-stop. It's a hard, medium. I decided not to do softs because I think we used pretty much all of them up, and also just because the tire wear around here is pretty abrasive. The track is, so it's pretty bad. So I was like, not do softs. As Leclerc nearly gets around us, but we just get ahead of him. And so, in fact, the undercut for Leclerc surprisingly doesn't work because he had 1 lap on, or 1 or 2 laps on those soft tires while we were on older hards, and he still couldn't get ahead of us. So pretty impressive that we didn't stay behind him. As we go for the move on Ollie Behrman, we dive it down the inside, nearly crashing into him, going on the grass, and we will get up into P8, Now we have clean air for about 4 seconds to Albon, who has clean air to the next car, the Kick Sauber, as we go to the end of lap 10. Albon and the Kick Sauber both wow, goodness, everybody good at this. Russell, Sonoda, our teammate. Everybody except the 2 McLaren, of course, which I fear are going on to a 1-stop. He actually came into the pits, I believe, lap 10. He came into the pits for that 2-stop, or 1-stop. I believe they're doing a 1-stop. And Norris, he's on the hards. He's stayed out. He hasn't come to the pits yet. So Piastri is going to have, if he's done 10 laps on the mediums, or like 11 laps on the mediums, he could probably do 16 laps on the hard. He could probably do that. So that 1-stop, I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing, which is pretty unfortunate because we're doing a 2-stop. So we're really gonna have to set some blistering lap times. Anyways, as we go both of Ferraris fighting a bit down in P5 and P4 respectively, which is honestly a little bit better than what they've been doing recently, which is a bit unfortunate. Obviously, it is what it is. At the time of this recording, of course, this is recently just after the Dutch GP, but when I post it, it will probably be quite a long time after that. Anyways, as we go to Norris, 7 seconds back from his teammate, and we have definitely now settled into this undercut, or not undercut, or setting in lap time to try to catch up to leaders. Look at that, 2 purple seconds, and we just need to just keep setting lap times, and we kind of, the rear end gets stepped out just a tad, you could see there, but it's a 1:31.9, so it's definitely setting some blistering lap times, and trying to just keep setting these lap times. We pulled 4 seconds clear of Leclerc on those softs. These soft tires might be wearing out, but still, I mean, we really just turned up the wick on those laps. And we go to lap 14. We are now 5 seconds clear back of Norris, and I believe we were 7 a couple laps ago. So we are closing up to Norris on those older hard tires. Roughly, I'd like to say anywhere from half to one to half a second a lap, roughly, maybe roughly 0.6 or 0.7 a lap, which is a pretty big gap to be leading by, or not leading by, closing up per lap. But of course, we're gonna have to come in again, well, to be fair, he will as well, but he'll be coming in while we are. Goodness gracious, my words. Never mind. Anyways, Piastri coming into the pits, but it doesn't matter because this is his final pit stop. So we're really gonna have to, in order to win this race, we're gonna really have to nail this. We're really gonna have to nail this and get on top of this. Piastri, he's behind our teammate Tsunoda. So if Tsunoda can, I wish you had a way to like communicate with teammates, as we are getting affected of that dirty air. Norris is affecting us through these S's. But as I was saying, I wish there's a way you could like tell your teammates to like help you, or like you could like communicate with your teammate that you were gonna help them. Like I wish they kind of had that a bit more. But it is what it is. Anyways, as we go to lap 16, we dive it down the inside of Norris. And that might be the lead. Will it be? He switched back to us, but it looks like we have much better traction on these newer tires, and on those older hard tires, he's what, 12, 15 seconds ahead of his teammate, but he still has to pit. So his teammate's definitely going to be ahead of him. And so Norris might be one of the ones to lose out the most, because he started on the hard tires like us, but he went so much longer on them that everybody might have just undercut him. He might have an advantage at the end of the race, but it's kind of hard to overtake at the end of the race, in my opinion. It's kind of hard to overtake in general, but especially towards the end of the race. But that's just my opinion. Especially around Suzuka. Around other tracks, it's easier to overtake around the end of the race, but around Suzuka, it's harder. As Esteban Ocon, he has been DNF. As you can see there, he's out the session. Alonso, he will take the lead of the race unless he comes into the pits. He takes the lead, and so does Piastri. He's P2. Goodness. So he's really right up there, and we have a late pit stop, so that's definitely not helping us at all. And it looks like Norris is coming to the pits as well. He's behind Sainz. Yes, he's behind Sainz. And Norris and Sainz will come past us. So Norris went from P1, and we overtook him. So he was then P2. But now he's P5, so he's really lost out. He's battling with a Williams. I'm pretty sure that's all you need to hear. Obviously now he's pulling more weight because I think he has pressure tires, and he has much better of a car. We just nearly tapped the end signs. We go on the grass, we go around the outside, and we pick up one more position. That is a ballsy over we have. Let me point you towards the fuel. Let's point the attention towards the fuel. That's going to be important that we're going to have to keep it down if we are over the back of Norris now, because we are about 0.3 laps of fuel shy to finishing the race. Or not finishing the race, but like, you know what I mean. As we switch it down back inside of Norris and we get that overtake. Anyways, as I was saying, that fuel we are going to need to keep track of, but unfortunately, if we're going to have any hope at all of catching Piastri, we're going to have to blitz it here. Piastri does have about, 7 lap older tires, so quite a bit older tires than us. As you can see here on the next lap, we've already gained a second on him, but a second in roughly a lap and a half, I think we've gained. But unfortunately, we don't have the fuel to push because, yes, we're gaining away from Norris, but our teammate Hamilton and maybe even Leclerc, they're all relatively within grab if we really decide to slow things up a lot, which is pretty unfortunate. As we can go to lap 24, our fuel is even worse now, 0.4, 0.37 negative that much on the fuel, laps-wise, of course. So unfortunately, this does make our car quicker than the AI because they probably have about an extra lap of fuel. But on the last half of the last lap, our fuel situation is going to be dreadful. Look at that; it's almost half a lap of low fuel that we're probably going to have to deal with. So here, I'm just trying to get far away from Norris. He's out of reach right now. He's out of reach. Our tires are now more worn. And yes, we're setting in faster lap time. We've probably closed in about 3 to 4 seconds within it. But now his tires are bad, but my tires still aren't that great. And our fuel situation is just much to attend to. So we're really going to have to pay attention to this to keep Norris behind us. So trying to build that gap, as we are already losing quite a bit of time. Because I think I let off a little early there, and then I just didn't quite hit that whole sequence of curves into the final corner quite right, and so we lost quite a bit of time. As we go to lap 27, our teammate on soft tires, pretty sure they're pretty fresh soft tires as well. He's 2 seconds clear less. He set the fastest lap of the race, and we don't have much fuel to work with at all, really, which is it kind of sucks, to be honest. So we're going to need to kind of lock into the set of S's, and this is where I'm kind of, as you can see here, just letting off and kind of coasting through here, because I know he can't really overtake us very easily here, as long as I stick to the true racing line as much as I can. As you can see there, now Sonoda's all over the back of us, and now I'm going to have to, as we go onto the grass, which is pretty dangerous, because you can move the car easily. We are doing better in terms of fuel, but here I am having to not be super slow, because he will just overtake us if we're way too slow. So that is very unfortunate. It is what it is, honestly. As you can see here, Sonoda trying to get around us in his home GP. He is on for a podium in his home GP. So props to him, really, for, I mean, just doing the best I think he possibly can. In that pretty tricky to drive Red Bull, as he dives it around the outside, but we're going to get our elbows out and dive it back down the inside and deny him getting that P2. Now we are having to use battery, but I think I should save a bit of that battery because we are now on low fuel mode. Can you believe it? On low fuel mode now. So we are going to have to use all the battery we can get and deploy as soon as possible. But it looks like our teammate Sonoda is just going to have us done. And look how far he's pulling away from us. Norris right up our gearbox as well. But we're going to stick to the racing line at 130R. And Norris is going to try to go around the outside, but we're going to stick to the inside and somehow nearly losing the back end. Norris goes around the outside, but we stick it down the inside to pick up the final podium position with low fuel mode. And that is P3 in Japan. Our teammate outperformed us for the first time in, I don't know, since 2023, I think. So, great race. Unfortunate that the fuel was the way it is. But yet, great result. So, it's great.
And it's the checkered flag for your Grand Prix race winner, Oscar Piastri.
To witness such mastery of these conditions, these changeable conditions that we saw today, is very impressive indeed. So a huge congratulations to this driver for taking victory today.
It's been a hard afternoon of brilliant racing, but now it's time for some proper celebrations. The podium awaits. They give out trophies for the winners. Today, they're Oscars. Your winner today, Oscar Piastri. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
Right, so great race. So you can see here, Antonelli from P14 to P10. Pretty cool. Just needed to highlight that real quick. Pierre Gasly having a great race as well. Our teammate having a great race. We had a pretty good race given our starting position. Norris from pole to P4. So that's pretty dreadful for his championship fight against us because, of course, he's leading. And his teammate will almost definitely come into play. So stick around to find out where that's going to happen. Anyways, I'll hopefully be posting more of this series later on. Anyways, guys, let me know if you enjoyed it. Please leave a like. Please subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. God bless.